We're about to dive deep into the Studio 5000 world, and to ensure we make an easier journey as well as organized, let's just set out the roadmap together to achieve this. So stay tuned. So welcome back to RTF M, folks. I'm Roberto Cruz, and in today's video, we're gonna go through all the content, all the source that we're gonna be using to RTF-ing Studio 5000, Logix Designer, manuals, user guides, help, the actual software is help. So we're gonna be doing all the bits and pieces, right? So it's going to be a short video. So obviously, first of all, I'd like to apologize. It's been very difficult to keep up with the posting videos on twice a week, which was my original plan. So, but I'm doing my best. So obviously, excuses aside, let's just go and dive into this, right? As we are obviously setting the stage again, as we did in our previous video by installing the Studio 5000 Logix Designer from Rockwell Media, right? Again, this is going to be like a short introduction on if we are meant to be RTF-ing, so we've got to have the right documentation, the right source, right? So today I'm going to be showing you guys the source, right? So it's a wide range of documentation, but stay calm. This is going to be a long journey, but we're going to do this together, all right? So let me just, without further ado, let's just dive into it and show you guys from where we're going to be extracting our information, right? Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you guys is, let me just switch screens. I can show you from my screen. So switching to my screen. So rockwellautomation.com website. So this is the, you can see here, right, obviously the link to this manual. But again, as usual, this is going to be attached in the description of these videos. So you can always, every single video that we're going to be making on this new playlist, I'm going to leave the link on the description. So don't worry, it will be there, right? But this is just for you guys to be able to find the main source. So this is the Studio 5000 Logix Design website, which sits within the obviously Rockwell Automation, and those are the documentations, right, available. So we've got like Studio 5000 Logix Designer, we've got obviously the new Studio 5000 View Designer. So this is the HMI. So Rockwell Automation is just bringing up their Studio 5000 FactoryTalk View system into a system pretty much like the TIA portal from Siemens, where you can obviously program your HMI as well as your PLC. So they've been doing quite a good work on that regard, really. I'm not up to speed, on these. I'm not up to date. So we're going to be obviously learning together, guys. So this is obviously, although I've got a huge, a long history of experience with Rockwell, I am obviously outdated, right? But we're gonna do this together, okay? So so all those guys, this we've already done the Logix Emulate Getting Results guide on our first playlist on our YouTube channel. So if you wanna know a bit more about how to emulate your system, just make sure you check out these playlists, Logix Emulate. I'm gonna leave a card on these videos so you can access it easier, right? There's a whole playlist on how to configure and how to work with Logix Emulate, right? So over here we have on this first link here, there's a list of other manuals. So this is just like a user guide with common procedures. So you got a list of common procedures for Logix 5000 controllers, which is pretty handy. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So you see, you've got obviously separate, manuals for various systems. Like, so we've got like a documentation. So this is the publication number. So you can, but obviously it's hyperlinked. So you can always click here and it will bring up to the actual documentation. See, so this is the Logix 5000 controllers, add-on instructions. If we go back to the list, right? So again, so you got various systems. We're gonna be pretty much RTFMing all of them together. It's going to be dynamic, guys. I'm not gonna follow this particularly order, right? So we're gonna be dynamic, but every time, every new video, I'll be referring to a documentation as well as the help file on the actual software, right? From the actual software. Okay, so you've got other instructions, you've got I/O and data and tag data, you've got ladder diagrams, we've got the famous IEC 61131, which obviously is the compliance to a PLC programming language, right? Things like messaging, program parameters, and all the rest of it. So you've got, there's an extensive amount of documentation and data on Studio 5000, which is, the Logix 5000 controllers. They are one of the most powerful PLC out there, right? So they're obviously, therefore, there are a huge amount of data in the manual and user guide that we can go through together, right? So okay, lovely. So a couple of other menus. So we've got obviously two menus related to instructions. So we've got one for general instructions, and we've got one for advanced process and drive instructions. Probably some of those, if I came across, a topic that is, you ought to be very difficult to cover, I might as well just hold it up until I get like my hands on a certain hardware. Because some of those instructions, like maybe when we come through servo instructions, right? I guess this is going to be a bit difficult, obviously, by not having an actual servo driver or servo motor, right? But it's just a disclaimer, right? So we're going to try to cover as much as we can, and I guess we can obviously achieve quite a huge amount of content on this. So this is going to be always going to be attached to the video, the link to this website, including all the menus on Studio 5000. All right, let me just now bring the software and I can introduce you guys. This is the beauty, the powerful Logix Designer. So this is going to be our, this is going to be like, a long journey, like I said initially. And on top of all those menus, we're going to obviously use the content, so you can access by, from the help tab. You can set the content. So basically, we've got a few quick start steps that we're probably going to be through, going through those steps first, initially, and just afterwards we'll dive into the a bit deeper into the designer. So you see that quick start steps has got some stuff like creating a project, which we've already done it. It's a similar process that we've done it on during the Studio 5000 Logix Emulate, but we obviously going to be repeating that. It's nice to obviously revisiting some topics, because it's easy to to absorb and because there'll be a lot to take in, guys. But don't worry, this playlist is going to be awesome in the end, and it's going to take quite a little while. Right, so things like configuring the controller. We've also got creating and configuring I/O instructions, entering tags and aliases, downloading, monitoring tags, monitoring logic. So add-on instructions, which is very handy, is powerful and useful, right? So those are the quick steps. Then we have obviously Logix Designer, the next obviously chapter, Logix Designer, which obviously is comprised of stuff like such as navigating through the application, toolbars. There's I'm not going to read through all of these, but you can see here on the video, so an extensive amount of information, right? Function block diagrams editor, structured text editor. So you've got various systems, and we're going to try to do this together. And by doing this, I'm going to obviously try to using samples and examples of an actual code that I've designed in the past, so trying to reuse them as much as we can to simulate a real-life application. All right. So Logix Designer. Then we have a bit of a hardware side. So So we're going to try to, once we're done with the software side of things, we're going to, obviously, sometimes I'm obviously going to refer to physical IOs, because in real life, we are obviously communicating directly with sensors, you know, to the actuators in the field. So we've got sensors, we've got motors, we've got valves. So obviously I'm going to be referring to modules, right? And then ultimately instruction set. Again, as we just seen on, let me just bring back here the website. So we've got general instructions here, we've got advanced process control and drive instructions, but then we obviously have the instruction set which covers them all, and I'm going to obviously merge all those, you know, sections together. So this is probably going to support each other in a sense that on instruction set you probably have all of them instructions, but if there are certain, you know, disclaimers, certain additional details and information that we can find on the actual manual, I can always refer every single instruction that I'm going to be covering through these playlists. Obviously, I'm going to search for them in the actual manual, make sure that there is no, you know, nothing missing, you know, from there. So any additional detail and additional information that I can extract out of those menus on top of the instruction set, right? And this is it, guys. So obviously, unfortunately, I won't be able to, I'll be unable to actually leave a link from this, because this is the help file from the software directly. So this is just a disclaimer. So it's only, but I trust that most of you guys who are watching these and following us and participating of this playlist, I trust you guys got your hands on Studio 5000 Logix Designer. So if you do, so you're always going to have access to the obviously help file. All right. Okay. So this is now you know, a bit longer than expected. So, but let me just go back to the main screen. Right. So this is it, folks. So if we are meaning to RTF M something, we need to know what we're going to be RTF M. And this is just a video to show you guys from where I'm going to be extracting all the details and information once we are making these playlists. All right. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching. You know, if you do like the content, just, you know, please consider subscribe to our channel. You know, likes are very appreciated. So if you wanted to contact us, leave a comment in the video. You can always follow us on the social media. You know, the one I use most is my Instagram, RTF_M. So please follow us in there. I always reply. If you DM me, I always reply. Make sure to engage. All right. So thanks for watching, guys. Always RTF M, and I'll see you next time.